from spider grips. Now this might be difficult for Giles because I have a very small gi on, which is your first piece of advice: wear a little gi that's really tight. Okay. Unfortunately, in competition, you will have to wear a giant tent. Okay. So when I'm here, if he gets to these grips, okay, I need to deal with it immediately before he starts to extend his legs. So we're going to look at where he still has two bends in his knees. Okay. I'm going to bring my hands behind and up. Okay. When people play spider a lot, I like to stack them up. It can be scary because some people are very, very comfy in the stack. However, my idea on it is, yes, some people are comfortable there, but most of the time they'd rather not be stacked. Okay? Even if you're flexible, it's still not a good place to be. Just because you're comfortable there doesn't mean it's necessarily good. Okay? So, for most people, having their legs behind their head is awful. Okay? I don't really like this for most people. But like, you know what I was going to say. Yeah. Anyway! Moving on simply. So, he's got the 2 feet into my biceps. I can sort of circle the grips out, okay, look to pop them and things like that. I don't really like to break grips. Okay? Not saying you can't and it's not beneficial. I find I break a grip, they just take the grip again. Okay, so I find it pointless to break a grip unless I'm going to do something with it. In this instance, I'm not going to even bother breaking the grips. I'm just going to change where his feet are. So disconnecting his feet rather than trying to go here slapping grips off where he can just retake those grips. And again, I'm wasting a ton of energy. So look, I've got the double pants. I'm going to release the double pants and I'm going to go behind his legs. Okay, so I'm going to bring his legs behind his head because then it's very hard for him to put the spider hooks in. If I circle them out, okay, so if I break the grips, okay, we go to here, okay, eventually he can work this back in if I stay on top of the legs. But when they go behind him, very, very difficult now. Even if he keeps these grips, when I get to this position, it's very easy to break them. Okay, it's very easy, and it also doesn't really make too much sense to keep these grips in these two. So, he's got the double pants, I've got the double pants, he has the double sleeves. I transition underneath his legs. So look, I'm going to release, go under, and then I'm going to drive his legs up. Once I get to here, be very flexible. We'll move this way. Sorry. If you guys want to come over here, that's okay. Nothing about me. I'm going to look at my ass the whole time. Doesn't look too good in it. Sorry. Sexualizing sport. I bring the legs up, behind, and now, okay, once I'm here, I don't want to hang out. Okay, it's a bit awkward first of all. So I'm going to pick my side, I'm going to come to one side, and I'm going to bring my knee, okay, or my shin, across his calf. So I used to go behind the hamstrings, but what I found is when people are comfortable here, and we're going to assume my partner's comfortable, right, best case scenario, they flop their legs to the side and they're like, Jesus Christ, my back. Okay, some people are very happy to be here. Okay, they can work off this, they can work off the fact that you're going to make mistakes. So, if my partner's very flexible here and comfortable, if I put my knee here, he can drive me away with his hamstring. And he has to have a lot of power in his hamstring because he's comfortable here. So, I'm going to bring my shin across mid-calf. I'm so sorry.
Sorry?
Okay, so this is going to be really fun to drill, guys. My knee, back here, you can't see it because I just made you all move, sorry, is going to be dropping up behind him. Okay, so I'm going to keep him in this position. You're going to be stacked, all right? Okay, I'm going to prop him up here. Now, this hand, I'm going to actually bring it behind his knee because I want him to kick into me. Because when he kicks into me and drives his hamstrings, he actually opens up space. Okay, so I'm going to load my forearm behind his leg because I want this leg to extend. I don't want this leg to extend. Okay, so look, I prop him up. I pick my side. I'm going to get you to relax your toes so I don't crush your toe. There we go. I'm going to bring this across now. He probably will have flared toes there. Okay, but for the comfort of this position, I'm not going to do that. My back knee is going to prop him up. Okay, so just behind him with a foot pointing outwards. This is to keep his hips up here because I want his hips to stay up. Because a lot of people just have to bring their legs down to recover. Okay, so look, I keep him here. My hand is still controlling at the foot. I bring it behind and I drive into him. When I drive in, what he's going to do, he's going to push back. And as he pushes back, I drag it across my hip, catch the bottom collar, and we finish back in that leg drag position again. So I circle to the outside. Okay? So we're starting. I've got double pants. he counters with his double sleeves and puts his feet into my biceps. Okay, so if I drive into him here, a lot of people think, okay, I drive in, and that'll do it. I'll drive him out the way. Okay. But think about what I'm doing. I'm essentially running into a wall. So his feet here as frames, and me driving into a wall. I'm not going to be able to drive through him, unfortunately. Okay. So I need to deflect his frames. So the way I can do that is to go underneath. You can go down, on top. Okay, but I think this runs the risk a little bit more of him bringing that foot back to the bicep. So I like to go in general, not always, but I like to go underneath. Okay, so when I'm here, I go under. Okay, rather than I'm not driving in to do this, because look how hard that is to move when I drive in. I go backwards, then I go up. So I make that little tiny bit of space. Doesn't have to be much, just a little bit of space from his foot to my bicep to disconnect and drive back in. Once I've cleared the frames, now I can drive in. I pick my side, I go mid-calf. If he's holding on, I use this to pop my grip against my own leg. Keep his legs propped up. I use his back leg to keep his hips elevated because I want them elevated. It's uncomfortable for most people. I bring my forearm behind his hamstring and I'm going to drive in here once he pushes back. I drive it across my hip, grab that bottom collar. See how my elbow is ahead of his knee? And then I circle, keeping the pressure, keeping nice and tight so he doesn't bring this knee back into block. Is everyone happy with that?